confer one on you.
Oh, wow.
I give you the Amuludun of Arise TV.
That's a chieftaincy title.
Yes.
I humbly accept.
Yes.
Oshegon.
Thank you.
Well, all right.
Chief, yes.
Well, good morning. Good morning. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending. The controversy surrounding the National Youth Service Corps member, Uche Ugwamaye, who made headlines over the weekend after condemning the government over the high cost of living in Nigeria and calling Tinubun a terrible president, has taken center stage in public discourse. Well, on Monday, Temitope Ajayi, a senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, defended his comments on the copper's outburst. Ajayi berated the copper in a Facebook post, saying that as a youth corps member, Ugwamaye had no right to criticize Tinubun. He added that citizens could abuse their president or any public official, but that the copper violated her oath and code of conduct, and as such deserved the capital punishment under NYSC. His comments elicited a wave of criticism, with many social media users accusing him of suggesting a death penalty for the copper. In a statement issued on Monday, Ajayi dismissed the criticism, saying his comments were twisted. Well, he wrote, "The mob get their oxygen from misrepresentations and deliberate mischief. I made comments under a post where I advertently wrote that what the lady copper did should attract capital punishment under NYSC, which means her indiscretion should attract highest punishment under the NYSC scheme. The highest punishment under NYSC is expulsion." There was a follow-up comment on that same thread where I provided the context in my usage of capital punishment under NYSC as a metaphor. The follow-up comment that explained the previous comment was ignored. It is common sense that there is no death penalty anywhere as punishment under NYSC law. You know, I mean, this story is continuing to brew at this moment, and there's been a lot of reactions in terms of whether or not, you know, what is in the rule book or what is not in the rule book, and whether or not she violated the laws, the NYSC laws. But then also it took another dimension, which is also almost like an ethnic dimension, because, you know, she is not from Lagos State, but she was relocated to Lagos for her NYSC, and she was complaining about the smell of Lagos State. And I really liked your comment yesterday, Ayo, where you made mention that, you know, this is just a constructive criticism. And the smell is not, you know, if there's a smell, it's not going to be permanent if you actually listen to her and, you know, try to see where she's talking or where the smell is coming from. Let me take this Taiwo's tweet. He wrote, "But why relocating to Lagos? That stinks and smells. Listen, NYSC is just 12 months. You are either posted to Lagos as one of the 36 states of the Federation, an FCT, or you walk your NYSC through the back door to your state of choice if you have the link." Imagine that. For Uche Rita Ugwamaye, who came to Lagos in 2024, the solution to this stinking and smelling Lagos is to relocate to other places you were coming from. Fortunately, they don't smell like Lagos. How is this difficult to do? And unfortunately, I mean, Taiwo is not the only person who made this. I've read some comments from people that I consider intelligent. I actually thought they were intelligent until I read comments like Taiwo's comment. I mean, this divisiveness needs to stop. It is really discouraging to see that at this stage we're continuing to talk about things that don't really matter. Well, before I come to you guys, let me take this. In the meantime, activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore escorted the Youth Corps member to the offices of the National Youth Service Corps in Etiosa, LGI, where she was scheduled to appear before the LGI. However, Omoyele tweeted that the LGI official reportedly failed to show up. I mean, that's Omoyele Sowore there with the Youth Corps member. He came, you know, to her aid because obviously she said that she was invited to the NYSC offices. But people came for Omoyele Sowore. And I'll take this tweet from Rotimi Adeosun, who wrote, "You have long completely lost the real essence of activism with your nihilistic approach. encouraging anarchy and deliberate disobedience to authorities. Activism is not hooliganism, and endorsing bad behaviors. What the lady has done is condemnable and should be sanctioned. Well, another user came to Omoyele's defense, this is Village, who wrote, "Those who are enemies of themselves are already pushing narratives on this comment section. They can't stand the idea of Sowore being accepted for being a true fighter of oppression and oppressors. I dare say they hate the idea of a Nigeria that works for all Nigerians." And this is actually some of the rhetoric that I saw online, which is this youth corps member has come out there to complain about the high cost of living, which a lot of people are feeling, no matter who you are. The richest of Nigerians are feeling the pinch of this high inflation at this moment. It is non-negotiable. But in the meantime, somebody who actually started this whole conversation of whether or not NYSC rules are this way or not was a Twitter user who goes by the name The Voice. And he had pulled out a statement online, and I don't know where he got this from. Maybe it's from an old rule book. And he had written on X that as an NYSC member, it is crucial to avoid making disparaging or insulting remarks about the state you are serving in, as it is a violation of the NYSC bylaws and can lead to disciplinary action. Another part of his tweet there, he wrote, disciplinary action. If a corps member is found to have insulted the state, they could face disciplinary action, potentially including appearing before a camp court or a state disciplinary committee. Actually, I had my producer and I also looked through the rule book. I don't see that part of the laws or the disciplinary laws. I don't know if you have looked through the rule book, Ayo, if you saw that part of it. But in the meantime, I believe that lawyers and people have come out to discredit that part of the NYSC bylaw or whether or not it is there. And this tweet is from Inibehe Efyong, who wrote on Twitter, he had a lengthy tweet. He wrote, criticizing the president or the government is not an offense under the NYSC Act. See Section 13. It is also not an offense under the NYSC bylaws. See Section 4 of the revised bylaws 2011. I have watched all the videos of this lady that are being debated. There's nothing slightly partisan in her comments. She merely expressed her justified frustrations with the state of affairs in the country, particularly the impact of the scourging inflation on her and other Nigerians. This is within her constitutional right to freedom of expression as guaranteed by Section 39 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. I am in contact with the lady. We will ensure that her rights are protected if the need arises. I know you have some comments, Rufai. You're pulling up some documents right there.
Yes.
Let's get some empirical facts. Facts. We love that.
So, couple of things. Number one, let me start from the presidential spokesperson. You know, he's my brother, my very good friend, but I disagree with all he said. And like Inibe has been able to look through those laws, there's nowhere. And if those, let's even say those things were written in the NYSC bylaw. So is it that the NYSC bylaw is higher than the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Is that what they're trying to say? For him to now be calling for, saying, oh, the disciplinary measure is capital punishment for a corps member that's talking about the pain they are feeling in the country? You see, they will never address the matter. Criticism will always be like we're in their body because they don't address the issues. If you can point out one thing she said that is wrong, I'll have supported them. But she's talking about the plight she's facing. She's feeling and what she's going through. So him saying they twisted, nobody twisted your word. We saw your Facebook post, my brother. We saw your Facebook post.
I mean, I don't know if he knows what capital punishment means. Isn't that what was on that tweet? Capital punishment, right?
All I would tell him is, do better next time. And there was no point responding. It's not everything you respond to. You could have searched this one out, like they say. So that's a part. Secondly, speaking about criticism, this morning, what I was pulling up, I've been reading all the criticism of President Bola Ahmed Tinubun from 2014. He didn't even dignify the president by calling president too. He said, Jonathan continues on this path of selective auditioning. When he was saying all of this, people were praising him and visioning, pretending not to notice the rape of judiciary. Why should any part of this country be under occupation? In any civilized country, Jonathan should resign. Attack on Nigeria's democracy, Nigerians must hold Jonathan's presidency responsible. A military and police force assembled and paid by Jonathan government, and the PDP cannot serve national interests and their paymasters. This was somebody criticizing another person. So why is it that now that he is being criticized, he's feeling this way? And for people that try to make it religion, or turn it into a, she should go back, she should leave Lagos.
Yes, I don't understand.
You see, people like that, I'm not surprised. Oji, it's you that don't understand that sense is not evenly distributed in Nigeria. There are some places of higher concentration to lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. There's an osmotic movement of sense. But that osmotic movement is impeded once you join certain political parties. That's why somebody said, and I quote, that if you join a certain, the human brain is dynamic. Yeah. That if you join a certain political party, the brain stops to what? Yeah. To work. Yeah. So we are not surprised. They will always put religion into it. What's the fact? Lagos smells. Oji.
And there are